Hey guys, I'm in Milano and I'm about to go to the most expensive street in Europe. Actually, in 2018, 1,800 euros was an average bill that people paid on that street. How crazy is that? Who has this kind of money to spend on a street? One street. And as you can imagine, it's full of luxury brands. Now, often when we talk about sweatshops and people's humans' rights and ethical fashion, everybody's attacking fast fashion brands like H&M and Forever 21. But actually, nobody considers where are these brands that we are all buying, where are the clothes of these brands made. And so I did a little research and I have quite some stuff to share with you, because guess what? It's not just fast fashion that is not paying their workers properly. But honestly, before shooting and shopping, I think I should eat something. And so when it comes to buying luxury brands, we automatically assume that since we pay more for our purchases, so for our clothes, we think, and shoes and bags and jewelry and stuff, well, we think that automatically this means that the people who made our clothes and shoes and accessories, that they got more money, which is actually not true, because, well, these designers, they want to have plenty of money, and while they do pay very well their retailers and their marketers, well, they don't do the same for people who put together those clothes. Yes, the majority of those clothes is actually made in sweatshops, and whether these sweatshops are in Asia or some of them are in Europe, but also in Europe there are sweatshops. And so most of those clothes that are luxury brands like Dior are actually put together in the same sweatshops as the clothes that we get in H&M or in Zara, and actually in the same working conditions. That's pretty disturbing. So now I'm here, it's the most expensive street in Europe, and as you can see it's very crowded, so apparently people have a lot of money, or at least want to see this kind of street. Front of Burberry, which actually decided to make their items more expensive in order to attract richer clientele. And they didn't improve the quality of the items, they just raised the price. Backpack is 1,000 euros. The thing that most of the luxury brands are telling us that the material is much higher quality, which is often not even true, because the material is actually the same they use in H&M, for example, but how the work is done, they go into more detail how they make it, and the items are often limited, so you cannot get as many shirts as you can get in H&M. There's like 1,000 of Gucci t-shirts and that's the end of the story. But another thing is that often it's written made in Europe, and yes, they might be made in Europe, but these European countries are usually Moldova or Bulgaria, where the work is cheap, so the workers, they don't have to pay them a lot. Or also when it's made in Italy, well, there is another problem when it comes to Italy. Made in Italy often means illegal immigrants are sewing our clothes, and not Italian workers who are here legally and are therefore paid regular Italian salary. And these are immigrants mostly from China or from Africa. Actually, I read that in the city of Prato in Italian, is the second largest population of Chinese in Italy, just after Milan, where we are right now. And well, actually legal population there is 10,000 Chinese, but illegal is 45,000. And most of these Chinese, I mean, a large part of them actually works in sweatshops. And these people are often not paid enough or not paid at all, and when they ask for their money, well, they get beaten up, or in worst case, well, they're also fired, and they're not even protected while working. So sometimes they have to buy their own equipment to protect themselves, and since they have no money, well, they don't do that, and they get hurt. Like they're losing fingers or getting some disease that you get from the harsh chemicals they work with. And if you want to know more about all this luxury brand sketchy business that is behind behind luxury brands, you can check the sources. There's like a really good documentary that well, it was pretty hard for me to watch. Actually, I can't believe that this is not the place where tourists spend the most money in Milano. I tried to Google which of luxury brands, which of the designers are ethical and sustainable, and actually it's very hard to find. And for H&M you find it right away that it's fast fashion and you shouldn't buy it, but for, let's say, Gucci or Prada, it's very hard to find the data where they're putting their stuff together. And one of the answers that came up on Google that I really appreciated, I think it was on answer.com, was, well, most of them are doing sweatshop work. I also Googled sustainable fashion or ethical fashion to find which luxury brands are sustainable and ethical, and honestly, none of the big brands that we all know, not the fashion bloggers, but the majority of people, none of them was there. There was Stella McCartney, which is not doing anything with fur or leather, but even there, ethical standards are really high, and so not many brands can achieve that. So what can we do? Well, first of all, we have to try to buy less. I know it's very tempting, especially after coming this street where everything looks great and people look great, and well, it's very attractive to get new stuff. But the thing is that the less we buy, the less pollution we are creating, and and so we have to focus on trying to invest our money into pieces that are going to be more timeless. So we have to buy less and less often. This way we create less pollution. Another thing we can do is to go secondhand shopping. That's one of my favorite things, because, I mean, not favorite things to do in life, but favorite ways to get new stuff, because they're cheap, they're often very good quality, and well, there's like not so much choice that I get overwhelmed, which can often happen in big shopping centers and big shops where you have really a lot of choice. And finally, there is one more thing you can do. You go home, you open your computer, and you Google sustainable brands. Happy browsing!